Let's ride, hop in the whip and just drive. Turn the music way up and vibe. Hair down, looking good, she fly. Put your hands down, throw them up high.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thanks for coming in. This is Embrace the Grace. I will be your host tonight on my channel, Embrace the Grace, and on the JVJ network. I am writing this one solo, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with me and let's get on this ride together. So for those that don't know me, again, my name is Embrace the Grace, and my channel is a place where we embrace our truth and we don't run from it. It's a place where we embrace growth and healing. It's a place where it's okay to have the uncomfortable and awkward conversations. The topics are going to definitely enlighten you, evolve you, elevate you, and embrace you. So if you like what you're hearing, if you like the conversations, definitely press that like button, comment, and most definitely subscribe to the JVJ network and to Embrace the Grace. So tonight's show is a pretty emotional one because the world that we're living in today is just becoming just not good on a level that I have never seen it be at. A son shot and killed. He didn't die right away, but it has been known that he did pass. And a McDonald's employee because his mommy got cold fries. A whole life was taken because his mommy's fries were cold. I mean, just like, let's really like sit and marinate in that, guys. Seriously. Because of cold fries, a soul is lost. Now another young man is going to do life in prison. So it's like two families were destroyed. Again, over cold fries. There's just some things, ladies and gentlemen, that are not that serious. We have to learn to embrace patience. We have to learn to embrace compassion. It's vital. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of these things that our men are going through is because of the manipulation of women. And I know a lot of y'all women are not going to like what I'm saying, but it's true. It's like we have the remote control to men, or we put the batteries in them and they go do things for us They're not good. You're going to see, I have a video, but I just want to, give you a front about it, where he's FaceTiming his mom and he's listening to the situation that's going on. And, granted, the McDonald's employer not acting accordingly. He's hearing all this, getting amped up. And then he goes there to confront the employee with his girlfriend. And the girlfriend hands him the gun. Wow. Here, babe. You got this. Not thinking of the repercussions. Not thinking of the consequences. Again, and I repeat, over some cold fries. I'm going to give y'all a secret. If y'all want some hot, if y'all used to go into a McDonald's that y'all always getting cold fries, let me tell you something. And I know a lot of people know this trick. Order the fries with no salt. They have to drop a basket. If you don't trust that they're going to drop a fresh basket, then take your lazy ass inside the store and don't go through the drive-thru, and you can see your hot fries being served hot. And then really piss them off and ask for 2 salt packets. Or you can just simply talk to the manager and let them know, hey, every time I come to this establishment, I get cold fries. That's not McDonald's standards. But to go up there, confront the employee, shoot him in the neck, and he passed away. Guys, this is the world. This is the world we're living in. It's scary. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video so you guys can get more familiar with the situation, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so give me just a minute. Let me go ahead and get on the video and press play.
Ultimately senseless. Ultimately senseless.
An argument over an order of French fries sparked a serious fight, according to police. A 23-year-old McDonald's employee is now in the hospital fighting for his life, while a 20-year-old man is now behind bars, potentially for the rest of his life.
It's sad that you think you go to work to get shot and hurt. You know, it's your place of comfort.
Police in Brooklyn arrested and charged Michael Morgan with attempted murder for shooting the victim in the neck. His girlfriend has also been charged because officers say she was the one who handed Morgan the gun. Things got heated at this casual Bed-Stuy fast food restaurant Monday evening around 7 o'clock, according to police, when Morgan's mother wasn't happy with the food she ordered. That turned into an argument between her and McDonald's employees. As the disagreement escalated, Morgan got involved, and things eventually moved outside. That's where police say Morgan's girlfriend gave him a gun. He pointed it at an employee and fired.
It's just all on people just wanting to prove themselves, and it's just an unfortunate situation. It's definitely sad. You know, my heart goes out to the kid.
The McDonald's employee was rushed to a hospital in critical condition. Police caught Morgan as he was fleeing.
It's a lose-lose, you know what I mean? And 2 lives is gone for what? For a senseless moment, French fries?
Interestingly, after questioning Morgan, police tell us they were also able to charge him with murder in a separate incident where he was suspected in shooting and killing a man in 2020 in Brooklyn. Neighbors tell us they're sickened by this violent crime and others like them that keep on happening.
People don't have patience, they don't. And everything is, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to stab you, I'm going to kill you. No more talking. Everybody's losing here.
A Maryland family says that they did not see accountability today. That family packed.
Okay, so exactly. The mother manipulated the son. Maybe she didn't say, I know I read a little bit deeper into this, and she was telling him, don't come up here, don't come up here. I don't want you to get in trouble. But if you know the type of kid that you have, why will you amp him up? and even expose him to what you're going through. You're a grown-ass woman. You should be able to handle a situation with cold fries at a McDonald's. But he's hearing in the background what's going on because he's FaceTiming his mom. But he's getting amped up. That's his mom's. Da 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 da. And then he goes up there with his girlfriend. And again, his girlfriend hands him the gun. Wow. I'm going to read a comment just came in. Reality with no jive. Hey, Grace. Hey, how are you? And I got another one. Hey, Alton. How you doing? Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. It's crazy. So, guys, I know some of you are new here to my show, and I'm the type of podcaster that I don't just get up here and talk my shit. I do most of the time, but I also like to come with facts and definitions and information and to inform you. You know, we're just not gonna go out and be all over the place. So my biggest thing about this that I got out of this is the manipulation that women put upon our men. The ill will things that we whisper in our men's ears to do. And I have 3 versions of definitions of manipulation. So let's go with the first one. Manipulation can be defined as using influence and intimate knowledge of other person's weakness and vulnerabilities to exploit them emotionally in a bid to control to serve one's own end. You know, a lot of women wonder why men don't like to open up to us. You know what the number 1 reason why men don't open up to us? Because they don't like later on for it to be used against them. And I'm a woman, and I know that I've done this before. And I've learned and make conscious effort not to do this. And not just with a man, with anybody. If a person is giving you the privilege and the respect to open up to you and show a side of vulnerability, and then for you to turn around and use that information against them later on in a heated argument, or use it against them in court, or use it against them, period. It's fucked up. My man never talked to me. He don't ever tell me nothing. He tell his best friends everything. Or he always talking with his mama. Then you wonder why. If your man, the man that you laying down with every night, opens up to you and talks to you about things, that shit shouldn't go past nobody. It shouldn't even go to your family. It shouldn't go to your mama. Because at the end of the day, it's y'all conversation. And you know, people take sides after an argument, and then you go back to that person. Now that person looking at you sideways. It's none of their business. And that's what one of the things that the great Kevin Samuels would say: single friends keep you single. How the hell are you going to go talk to a single woman about your man or your man problems if she's single herself? Now, I know there are some exceptions, you know, because I'm going to use in my case, my best friend been through relationships. She's been through what I've been through. So I would trust her advice. But some of y'all, girl, I would leave his ass. He ain't no good anyway. But at the end of the day, only the spoon knows the bottom of the pot. And then you're going to look real stupid when you're dogging him out. And then you right back in the bed with him, right back together. And then let me go down to my comments, because I try to give y'all a shout out and make sure that I'm acknowledging you. Mr. Brown gave me the love eyes. Thank you so much. Finally got you in here, Mr. Brown, huh? I appreciate that. You see that cash out, right? Hey, I gotta treat you like everybody else. Yeah, but no pressure. And Christopher Vincent says, dropping knowledge. You guys, I try. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I have a PhD. I'm a therapist. My life experiences have enabled me to be able to be comfortable to talk to others about what I've been through. Okay, and then reality with no jive said, hold on, where you at? He said, this was just despicable and a tragedy. I agree with you. Life has been equated with a large cold order of fries. That's what it has come down to. I have to let y'all sit on that and marinate, because a lot of people have conversations and they talk fast and things just go right by them, one ear and out the other. But I really need y'all to like my heart is heavy. 2 lives have been lost. Oh, and the chick, she's going to get charged too. And she deserves to be charged. You handed him the weapon. So she was going off of her boyfriend's emotions. He was going off of his mother's emotions. And all of this, a life-altering decision based on emotional basis. It's a no-no. You cannot make life-altering decisions based on an emotional status. I had to learn that the hard way. I have learned to put your ass on ice. I'll say good night in a heartbeat and not go back and forth with a person, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. Because I don't want to say things that I might regret. Because if I value that relationship, I don't want to say things that I can't take back or might regret. Because here at the JVJ Network and Embrace the Grace, words matter. It matters what words come out of your mouth. And that's why we need to be a little bit more slow with the tongue and quick to listen. That's why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. I know we want to say things based on emotion. I know it, because trust me, I'm not perfect, guys. I am not perfect. And I'm guilty of this as well. And I've worked on it. I've gotten better. And I'm still working on it. Because at the end of the day, I'm an emotional creature. But I do know when to step back most of the time. Especially if the person that is getting heated with, that is of value to me. We have to embrace that. It's a skill that takes work to master. It's a skill that one has to consciously work on. Words matter, ladies and gentlemen. Did you all ever realize that sometimes words hurt more than physical wrongdoing? Because bruises heal. Physical pain goes away. Physical pain goes away. But words, they keep playing in your mind over and over and over again. And that's why they hurt. So anyway, I'm gonna go into another video. And the reason I'm showing you this video is because, one, I'm talking to you about manipulation. Look who ended up showing up today. Hey, Embrace the Grace. Hey, Sir Philip, how you doing tonight? Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Go ahead, you know what you got to do. Press that like button. I got the live running on both channels, on the JVJ network and on Embrace the Grace. So I appreciate y'all coming in and listening to me, what I have to say, because I kind of take this a little bit personal, guys. A lot of people that don't know me, I worked for McDonald's for years. And I used to laugh when customers would come in and say, how did I come up with that name? I'll let you, we'll talk about that, Tampa. I'll bring it up later. And then it used to tickle me when I fries with no salt, and then turn around and ask for salt packets. It's okay to say I want hot fries. It's okay. And I know that you guys have gotten the fries been dumped back in there. I know it. I know all the tricks of the trade. Trust me. Trust me. Let me go ahead and read some comments I got here. Tampa Supreme, Embrace the Grace. Then Philip came back and said, doing well, dear. Thank you, Sir Philip. I am solo today. I was nervous as hell when Mr. J from the JV Network said, nah, you on your own. I got something to do. And you know what? It is what it is. Got to take the training wheels off at one time. And then Tampa, how did you come up with that name? I'll tell you guys that story a little bit later. And then my girl, Alexis from Texas says, hey, Grace, thank you for coming. I appreciate the support. Alexis, what we're talking about tonight is the fact that a soul, a life, was equated to some cold fries. And that we need to really embrace patience and compassion and understand that things happen. And manipulation, the things that women do to manipulate men in doing things that men have no business doing. Ladies, we're losing our men. And at the end of the day, who's going to protect us when we need protection? There's more of us than them. And if we're sending them to the lion's den over some bullshit versus when we really need them, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. And I know this is hard for some women to hear because, you don't need a man. Men ain't shit. I'm independent. I could do it by myself. And we probably could. But at the end of the day, women need men. Men need women. And we need each other. Y'all have to embrace that with me. You really do. And I always have to sit here with women and sit down with them and say to them, yeah, oh, we don't need no man. I could do this by myself. And I said, okay. See that car you get into to go home? Who built that? That house you're about to go lay in comfortably? Who built that? Oh, wait. You got to turn the lights on. You got hot water. You open up a refrigerator. Who built that? I'm not saying that women have not contributed to society. Trust me, I'm a woman. I'm not going to, but at the end of the day, they're the ones that have made this world comfortable for us. They're the ones that are out there in the ditches and in the sewers and doing we talk about equal pay. Y'all asses are going to go down there in the sewers, go up there in the skyscrapers and clean windows just so you can see outside and have a talk about this all night. But let me go ahead and read comments. Philip said, usually they give a new batch of fries, no question asked. Exactly. So for this to take place was unnecessary and unwarranted. Our soul was lost over a batch of cold fries. And Alexis came back and said, in my best Kanye voice, that is cray. It's cray. So I'm gonna play my next video that I got here is I'm a big football fan. Couples at a football. Well, you know what? Let's not even mention it. Let's just watch the video. So give me just a moment and let me get the video on for you guys. Give me a moment. Hold on 1 second. Give me just a second. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. I told you I'm still navigating these things. I got the video. Hold on. You know what? I can go to the next video and work on that one. So here, this video I got here. Give me just a second.
An Samaritan laid to rest today as a hero. 39-year-old Isidro Zarate was killed while defending a woman who was assaulted during Black Friday shopping. Zarate's funeral was this morning at St. Jude Catholic Church on the west side.
I know what happened. I know what happened, guys. Hold on. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Be patient. I forgot to share it. It's a lot going on here, guys. Okay, we're gonna press play. Here we go. Let me go ahead and put it from the beginning because it was kind of playing. Okay. Uh-oh, there it is. I'm adding it to the stream.
She hit him first. Get his glasses. Somebody get his glasses.
Okay, were you guys able to watch the pretty much the video? If you did, put a one in the chat for me, or if you want me to play it again, because it's a pretty good video and it's kind of really showing what I'm trying to show on here. Do I need to play the video again, or you guys are good with it? Put a one in the chat if you want me to play the video again. Play the video again? Okay, so give me just a minute while I work on this, guys. Please excuse the technical difficulties. Hold on. Okay, that's the beginning. Press play.
She hit him first.
Yeah, she slapped him in his
Get his
face.
glasses. Somebody get his glasses.
Okay, guys. So the reason why I put that video up is because it just goes to show the man can't even enjoy himself at a football game with his wife acting up, or his lady acting up, and then has the audacity to put her hands on that man. And we're not even going to bring the race thing, because, you know, last night Saturday night, I did a show about Karens and how Terrell Owens went through that thing. What makes her feel so self-entitled? Alexis, I'll read that. That you can just stand up there, slap that man, and then all you're doing is putting your man in danger, because he got his ass tore up. And for what? For what? For what? Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and start. Jive said yes, and I guess that's when I asked to play the video again. He put a 1 in the comment. Alexis put a 1 in the comment. I do apologize for the technical difficulties. Again, guys, you know, like my man, the Godfather, Kevin Sanders used to say, we're building this plane as we fly. So buckle up. And then Philip said, I remember this clip. Dude got his ass kicked because of her foolishness. Exactly. Can't even enjoy the football game. Probably got kicked out. Lost money on the game. Lost the tickets. Probably got banned from the stadium. And he's probably going to press charges. Okay? Then Reality said, play it again. Roll the tape. And then Philip said, 1, which says play the tape again. And then my girl Alexa said, first off, see what happens when you're not at a Chiefs game? Shaking my head. Oh, here we go. Are y'all ready for some football? And then here comes Sir Philip right behind her, is talking about that definitely looked like a Raiders game. Exactly. They were in the black hole. But I mean, it's nothing to laugh about, and I know I'm here, key, and whatever, but the fact still remains, guys, that we can't continue to be putting our men in unnecessary foolishness, like Sir Philip would say, and put our men in. That man could have died. That man could have hit him so hard, and he could have hit that concrete, and he could have been bye-bye. Over what? Some foolishness that his wife started up. And it's giving it's giving good women a bad name. Oh, and here we go. We got Almond Eyes. That was Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Yeah, it was a Pittsburgh Steelers game. You're absolutely right, Almond Eyes. And thank you. Welcome to the live. As you can see, I'm solo dolo tonight, Almond. I was told I had to ride out on my own, and I'm doing it. We might get some bumps and bruises, but go ahead and buckle up, okay? Because this plane is being built as we flying it. We on Soul Plane right now, but we working on towards getting to be like JetBlue. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I keep talking. So the point that I'm trying to get at is the manipulation that we are doing to have our men do foolishness, ill will things, put them in situations where it may hurt them physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, all of that. Over what? Over what? Some cold French fries? Really? Is that what it's come to? You guys, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So you guys can, if any of you guys want to come and talk to me, hold on. Hey, you know, this is all new. It was not all new to me, but okay, hold on. Oh, shoot. There it is. There it is. Oop, there it is. If y'all want to come up here and talk your shit and, you know, add something to the conversation, I would be honored to have you guys up here. Just, you can say whatever's on your mind, respectfully. Okay. I don't have moderators. I have one moderator yet on my channel, and I'm looking for a couple other ones. I knew. Where you been? You took too long. How you doing, sir?
It's your boy.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So
I'm just
tell me,
popping in for a little minute because I promised to support you. But I ain't seen my granddaughter in a few years, and I got her with me. But I'm gonna hang out for a couple of minutes.
Okay. So I don't know how much of this you caught, but
I
what's your
just got here. Just got here. I ain't caught nothing.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what we're talking about tonight is the New Yorker, the McDonald's employee that got shot and killed over some cold French fries.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
But it's just not that. What I'm trying to get out there is the manipulation that women do to men
To put us in harm's way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Over foolishness. You know, we're putting batteries in our men. You're doing the remote control and sending them to the lion's den over what? Cold fries? And then
Listen, I'm going through that situation with my son right now, which is why he's here with my granddaughter right now, going through it as we speak.
See, it's an everyday thing. And it's funny that you say that because you know me, I got 15 ways here that I'm going to share with you guys on how to recognize manipulation. I'm not going to go into detail with all of them, but of course you guys can Google and look into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But us women, I was saying that there's more women than men on this earth. Yep. And if we keep sending them on this line and keep losing our men over silly shit, at the end of the day, we're not going to have nobody to protect us.
And unfortunately, that's what black women don't realize, particularly because they're the most they're our biggest threat. They are our biggest threat, believe it or not. It's not white people. It's not the police. It's our own women that's killing us and putting us in harm's way. Statistically speaking.
And that's sad. And
yeah.
That's really because y'all gotta go out there
and fight the world.
And fight the world. Y'all gotta go out there and fight boss man. Y'all gotta go out there and deal with other shit, and then you gotta come home. And
I remember when I was in middle school, they sat all of the boys down and they told us that a large percentage of us would be dead or in jail before we turned 21.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, that was the truth. So many guys I grew up with, that was their fate. They're dead or in jail. But just the fact that you're telling kids that are 13 and 14-year-old that in the next 8 years they might be dead is crazy.
Exactly. Instead of hyping them up about college, trade school, open them up your own business.
None of that.
What was that?
We didn't get none of that. It was, hey, you might die. I'm like, oh.
Wow. But did they give you some examples? Did they tell you why?
Yeah. I had good teachers, up there in Jersey. This was in Jersey and in Newark. And so they prepared us, you got to be careful how you move through life, how you communicate, how to interact with police, how to interact, in different scenarios. So they gave us some of them tools, and I found myself when I had kids giving my boys some of the same talks. Here's how if you ever stop by the police, this is what you say. This is how you behave. Because my boys, like, take my son is 14, my youngest. He looks like a grown man. He's 6'2", and I mean, he has a baby face, but to somebody else, he would look like a grown man walking down the street, Yeah. So I try to prepare him, hey, this is reality,
And not only that, I get exactly what you're understanding. I was talking to one of my white friends, and we were talking about our sons, and she said something, and I said, we're not raising our sons the same way. She was like, well, what do you mean? I said, did you have to have a talk with your son about how to conduct himself when he gets pulled over by the police?
Her son is white and yours is black, right?
Yeah. And
yeah, oh like, yeah. No, she didn't know what you was talking about.
I said, do you realize that I have to keep the insurance and registration on the visor? I said, no. I asked her, where do you keep your license and where do you keep your registration and your insurance? She was like, in the glove compartment.
Right.
I said, I can't do that with my son.
I can't do that.
But the thing is that they don't ever think like these little things, you know, how big they are on our side. You know what I said? I have to keep my registration and my insurance on the visor because he can't have
Tim Wise explained it very good, and it's like when you're dealing with a handicapped person, you don't realize the things that they have to think about. So if you're a handicapped person and you're in a room, or like say you go to the movies, right? You have to be conscious of where the emergency exits are and how you can get to them if you need to. But the average person doesn't think about that kind of stuff. So it's the same thing. You're thinking about stuff because you're conscious because of who your son is. Where your friend, and that's, you know, that's kind of goes, huh?
She had no clue. Like,
she had no clue. Never thought about it. Mm-hmm.
I told her, did your son get an ID when he was 9 years old? He was like, no, why would he need that for? I said, mine did.
Yeah.
I gave him a state ID.
Yeah.
She was like, why? I said, because we live in a predominantly white neighborhood. And if the police should ever roll up on him, or he has a Karen experience, or just something happens out of the ordinary,
he's got ID.
Ready. So he don't have to get ready. He has his ID. He tells the police officer, I belong here just like anybody else.
I see the Jizza just popped in here.
Who?
Jay. I call him Jizza.
Yeah. Jay popped in here. He made sure, my bad, JBJ Network. I didn't put the link for the JBJ Network. I apologize about that. What he's saying over here? No, I gotta see his. He's saying here, oops. Yeah, I kind of fumbled a little bit, but you know what? I'm still flying this plane. This soul plane. This soul plane right now. So y'all buckle up, okay? And then red sauce. Red sauce. I'm looking at the comment. Red Illusion said, hold the mac sauce. Wait a second.
He making a joke about the.
Yeah. Hold the mac sauce. Exactly. I don't like that mac sauce, so I always get my Big Macs with mayo. And then, yes. And then Sir Philip said, I remember the dead by 21 or in prison speech. It's seriously annoying.
Yeah, a lot of us had that. I mean, and I asked my white friends who went to white schools, I'm like, did you ever get that? They're like, what are you talking about?
Now, who was telling you that speech? Was it by a black person or a white person?
Yeah, that was a black man. That was Coach Myricks. Coach was phenomenal. He was one of my best mentors in life.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he was the guy that if you got in trouble in school, I like to fight. So I always got sent to the coach's office. You didn't get sent to the principal. You got sent to the coach's office. And if you wanted to be a tough guy,
you play ball.
I played ball, I boxed, and Coach knew me. And that's how I got on the boxing team. He said, oh, you like to fight. I'm going to put you in this gym with these guys who've been boxing a couple of years, and we're going to see how tough you are. And I learned real quick I wasn't as tough as I thought I was at that point.
Exactly. Taught you a little tough love, huh?
Yeah. But I believe it or not, a lot of those guys, I'm still friends with them to this day, you know. I'm like, man, you whooped my ass when we was kids. You know?
Yep. So what I was also doing, I was also giving, you know how I am, and you know, you guys are used to me already. I have 3 different versions of what manipulation is, because at the end of the day, these young men were manipulated into doing something that they had no business doing, and a lot of times it's head by a woman. Okay? I'm not saying that men don't gas each other up and get them, but you know what? At the end of the day, we need our men because we need to be protected by them. And if we're sending them to foolishness and crying wolf all the time, there's going to be a time where we're not going to have anybody to take care of us.
Yeah.
So I have another definition here of manipulation is when a person uses controlling and harmful behaviors to avoid responsibility and conceal their true intentions or cause doubt of confusion. Why would you hand that young man a gun? He was already a killer, though, because he admitted to another murder back in 2020.
Right.
And you already know he a killer. He didn't get caught, but you're going to just hang him his life sentence.
Yeah, it's all about control and leverage for the sake of having it. There's no ultimate goal. Like, they're not benefiting any kind of way long term, the women who are doing it. It's just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like I told you, my son is experiencing that right now. You know, I hadn't talked to him in 4 years, and you know, he just got frustrated and said, like, "Hey, I need to talk to my dad." And when he was here the first time, he said to me, he said right here listening to me too. He said to me, "Dad, I just feel like everybody knows things I don't know." And I said, "Yeah, we need to have a conversation," because he wasn't aware that I was keeping tabs on the scenarios, you know. And then I gave him a tool, which was information. Now he's able to protect himself because he knows what's going on, you know. But like I teach my kids, particularly my boys, it's chess. You're playing chess, not checkers, and you can't react emotionally. You know, you got to be conscious about the moves and the decisions that you're making because your life is in danger.
I got a good one for your son. I had to learn this the hard way. You know,
You want to tell him directly?
It's twice as bit harder for me because I'm already an emotional creature. But we have to stop making life-altering decisions based on an emotional.
Based on emotions, yeah. You're absolutely right.
I have learned to just, if you and me get into it, and I value my relationship with you, I'm gonna say, look, we need a timeout. I'm gonna put you on ice. I'm gonna walk away now because I don't want to say things that I might regret. And I value my relationship with you. So let's just take a 24-hour cooling period.
Yeah, I'm not ready to respond. Like, give me some time.
Yeah, and I know how I am. So because I know how I am, I have taken it upon myself to be like, yo, you know, I care about this person. Or even if they acting crazy, even if it's time to let them go, you don't want to let them know in a rage of anger. Right. Especially if you have kids with this person, because you're still going to have to deal with this person. I'm not saying forever, but you have kids. Y'all are tied forever.
You're tied forever, yeah.
Look, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go take a walk. I'll be back. Let's come back to this. You know, we have to learn to listen to understand versus to listen to respond. Right. And again, women, me, are most guilty of it. I can embrace that. But I've learned about it. Somebody taught me. And they taught me different exercises of what to do to consciously not do that. Right. You know, but you got to put the work in. You got to learn other methods of effective communication.
Yeah, those soft skills.
Exactly. And that's where therapy comes in. That's where the healing process comes in. That's where you unpack the bullshit in your luggage. Because people don't want to
one of the problems in the Black community, particularly with Black women, only 10% of them ever seek any type of therapy. Only 10, actually it's less than 10%. So 90% of them aren't doing, they're always talking, they use the verbiage. they say healing and use the jargon, and they're quick to diagnose themselves as bipolar, but 90% of them have never been to a therapist ever.
And I hear you. I try not to use a lot the black woman because you know the pushback I'm gonna get after that.
Yeah, but see, I'm gonna speak to it because we have to be specific. Because they are different. They demographically they operate different from all other groups of women on the planet. We have to be specific. So when we allow them to just to say women, they're kind of not being accountable and they're hiding their BS in a broader group of the population of women. Well, I'm sorry, white women don't behave that way. Asian women don't behave that way. And the data backs up what we're saying. They're number one in the world for STDs. They're number one in the world for divorces. I mean, I could just go on and name stat after stat after stat. They're doing this themselves. Nobody else is responsible for this but them. So it's time for us to stop playing the politically correct game with them and calling them out on it. You are doing these things and nobody's making you. Nobody. And again, like I said, when it benefits them, they want to say, oh, black girl magic. But when they're being held accountable, oh, all women do that. That ain't everybody. And all of them, that kind of stuff. No, it is you. We love you. That's why we're offering you this correction, because correction is love. But they don't like correction. You know, they hate correction, as the scripture would say. You know, they hate correction. But that's the problem. Nobody's ever held them accountable, or nobody's done it in the last.
They've been doing bad behavior for far too long, and now all of a sudden you got a man that came along. God bless his soul, the Godfather.
R.I.P. the Godfather. But he's not even the first one. You know, I mean, I grew up hearing men speak like that. You know, but for a lot of these women, they didn't have a man in their life speaking to them bluntly, you know. And I tell women all the time when I counsel them or they reach out to me for advice, I'm not Kevin Samuels. He was nice. I'm not the nice guy. I'm the bad guy. I'm going to hurt your feelings on purpose. Whereas Kevin, you know, they always talk about his tone, but he was very patient. And he was very, you know, he would get pissed off eventually, but he gave them a lot of grace. Not to use your name, but he gave them a lot of grace.
But
you know
what I think happened though? As time went by, I think he did talk to some people and he did tame it down and he did change his ways. So that shows me that he was open-minded to change.
Yeah.
And be a better version of himself to try to reach out his message.
To the women. He had no patience for men. So when you go back and listen to them old videos, I mean, he was brutal on the men. I'm like, when the women complained, I said, did y'all listen to him talk to the men? You know, and he was much like I was that night with, I'm not going to say his name. I get tired of saying his name, but you know what I'm talking about. I would, you know, Jay was laughing. I'm like, no, you know, he needed to hear this shit, you know, because nobody obviously has ever told him, hey, you got a problem, man. You got a listening problem and you got a need to be right problem, you know. Which is not good for a man to have. Those are effeminate traits.
Absolutely. Let me get to some of these comments.
Go ahead.
So Sir Philip said, black man told me that one of the church deacons that lived next to me, but he was saying it out of love because he was trying to protect me and other young men in the church. I get it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Love is correction.
Yep. I mean, there's
because if you don't care about somebody, you'll let them fall in a ditch. You'll watch them dig a hole and fall right in it. You know, but when you say, "Hey, get out the way," don't do that. It's not. You know, this is what women don't understand. Black women particularly don't understand. We're not saying these things because we want to hurt you. If we wanted to hurt you, we would just sit back and watch.
And then Sir Philip came back and said, "From what I've heard and seen now, deacons aren't as prominent in the church as they used to be." Yeah,
they ran the men out of church.
They stole the men away. All the men have been chased away from the church.
Yep.
You know, unfortunately, because we don't shame bad behavior. We don't hold women accountable. It's okay to have 4 kids from 3 different baby daddies and sit in the front of the church.
Yep. Sit up there proudly, too.
It's not okay. but that's the world we're living in right now. And again, we are.
Well, it's starting to change. We're starting to see the pendulum swing the other way, which is why T.D. Jakes surprised so many of them. You know, because they didn't expect him to come back over to the dark side with us. You know, and he caught them off guard with that little comment he said. He didn't say anything wrong. He said the truth, but they don't like the truth. They don't like it.
Yeah, they didn't like it that it was coming from him after all these years.
All these years.
I personally think it took him too long to say that.
Oh, most definitely. But he didn't want to mess up his money either. He knows where his money's coming from. But that's the whole point, and that's what Willie Lynch told us way back in the 1700s. It's for good economics. That's why they always focus on I'm not going to say that word, but the lack of a better word, the black woman. That is in writing. The reason you do that because it's for good economics and sound sleep. So that pattern still exists today. It's never been destroyed. That pattern is still in place. So the black church, which is an extension of these systems, just like the Democratic Party is, they all function like that. They're going to go where the money is, like you pointed out. Follow the money.
I was going to bring that up, but I knew you were going to follow the money trail.
Yeah, that's Carter's rule of investigation from, what was that movie?
Was it Wall Street?
No. That was Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Detective Carter's always follow the money. Follow the rich white man. But that's true.
Sir Philip came back and said, we need to change back to our society. And then that's, and I agree, Philip, but not just women. We need to bring change back to everybody.
Everybody needs, because these boys are out of control now, just as the Bible predicted. They would be like wild bulls out on the street. That's what the Bible said. And it also said women would rule over them. That's the prophecy. We're living in that prophecy now. And we know we are because the Bible said these things would happen in the place that we were scattered. That's here. And these things are all coming true.
Yes, we are.
All coming true and right on schedule.
So, guys, I got another video that I want to share with you.
All right, bring it out.
And
Jay ain't going to speak to nobody. I know he's trying to let you do your thing.
He said he has something to do. That's why he's not here tonight. But I think
I'm sitting right here.
I knew it. I felt him.
Grace didn't address me. She didn't say nothing to me, so I ain't my time to talk.
The jizzer is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to please help me welcome Jay from the JVJ Network, and let's talk JVJ. I wish
that's
I had
right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do your Russell Simmons thing. Thank you for coming. Good night.
Hey man, thanks for coming, man. Y'all gonna pack your shit up and get out of here. We're done.
So Jay, what do you have to say on all this? Tell me. Give me your input.
What? Did you cover the McDonald's one already?
Yeah, that's what we talk about now, kinda.
Yeah, that was just a bunch of ratchetness. It was just certified ratchetness. Like the mother probably had attitude. Here you go. They shouldn't have served her cold fries. I agree. True. I think we all can agree on that. But she probably was being rude about it when it's just, hey, look, man, these fries cold, man. Let me get a new fresh batch.
It takes 3 minutes and 15 seconds to make them.
That's all they can say back to her. Be like, hey, man, it's gonna take 3 minutes to make those. All right, bet I'll wait for them. And that should have been the end of the conversation. But no, it clearly was beyond that. So she calling her son as her husband to come in here and lose his life over some bullshit.
Yeah, that's the son husband.
Yep. And then his girl is with the shit. She in the same mindset as the mother. So she handing this nigga the gun after they go in here and act the fool. So I'm like, man, look, all of them, man. The mother needs to go to jail. The son needs to definitely go to jail because he got a battery in his back. He don't know how to think for himself. And then his girlfriend got to go too. That's my opinion.
Wait a minute, what the girlfriend do?
She the one that gave him the gun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. Well, the thing that was going on, Jay, he was already FaceTiming on the phone with his mom. and he was hearing the fuckery that was going on in the background, and the McDonald's employees laughing and whatever. And
Oh, so he wasn't there. Wait a minute.
Nah,
he wasn't even there
called
initially.
him to come there. She called him to come there.
Wow.
Yeah. And so now you have 3 lives ruined. You have the employee that died. Well, his life is over.
Oh, he actually died?
Yep. He actually died because he got shot in the neck and hit that main.
And see, I remember they said he got shot in the neck. I just didn't know if he had died or not. I didn't look that back up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
Man,
what city was this in?
That's 4
and then
lives.
he confessed to a murder that he did in 2020. So he's a born killer. And if you know that about your son,
He ain't no born killer. His mama shaped him. His mama shaped him that way.
Well, what city was this in?
New York.
His mama
You know
shaped him
specifically
that way.
what city in New York?
I
Or what
can look it
borough?
up.
Yeah, I was just curious. But this reminds me of what we seen a little while ago with the girl and what was that, Family Dollar or Dollar General?
Yes,
that
that was
maced the
crazy.
guy. It's the same behavior, you know. Nobody
Well,
can
that's
tell
what
me
the
what to
video
do. I'm
was
gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna hurt whoever I want to hurt. And the guy didn't even do nothing to that girl, you know. Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Dollar Tree in a general situation was Irvington, New Jersey, where the girl was dragging a guy by the hair all over the store, and luckily he had enough self-control not to fight back. So he's going to end up getting paid because it was all videotaping. He never did nothing to her.
And
she
he
just
had
didn't like
every
what he
right
said.
to fight.
Yeah, he
her.
would have every right to defend himself. I'd have been, oh boy, I'm glad it wasn't me. I ain't got that much control.
Let me read some of these comments. Sir Philip said,
Hey, girl, stop eating, man. Swallow that shit.
Philip said TD lost half his church for telling that truth. He sure did.
Yeah, he's gonna lose more than that. Yeah.
Shit, that's what he get. He shouldn't have been pandering for all them goddamn years.
And then welcome Christopher. He said the Family Dollar was in Flint, Michigan. So damn.
It was in Irving. The one I'm talking about was in Irvington, New Jersey.
Okay, so maybe there's more than one incident.
Maybe there's more than one.
And then Christopher came back and said, shot the clerk. Let me see. Yeah, and shot the clerk.
Who came and shot the clerk?
Christopher, you're gonna have to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, if he's saying that was Family Dollar or whatever, that's not the situation I'm thinking about.
Then it is a different.
That's a whole nother one I wasn't even aware of.
So then, Jay and whoever just came in, I also played the video. So when the guy was at the Pittsburgh Steelers game and a Karen slapped the crap out of a young African American young man, and her husband or her boyfriend, whoever she was with, got his ass whooped.
I think I remember that situation.
I told her I covered that video. We talked about that. Yeah, I know.
I think I remember that one too.
Yeah, she started that shit, talking shit with that black man, and then
he was sitting behind her or something.
Yeah, if you really look at the grand scheme of that whole situation, that guy ended up paying the cost for her running her goddamn mouth.
And that's the point. We're putting our men out there in foolishness, using Sir Philip's words.
Yeah, and that's for the
sending them to the lion's den for fuckery, for stupid stuff.
See, they've been socially engineered to think protection comes after the fact. But see, protection comes before it. And when you leave that protection and go out there and get in trouble, that's on you.
Yeah.
But if you stay under the umbrella,
situations.
Yeah, you stay under the umbrella of protection, you won't have to you won't have a need for anybody to come save you. A la Jada Pinkett, that wasn't protection Will was doing. Not at all, because Jada never got hurt. Nobody did nothing to her,
Words.
Her ego was bruised.
I don't even know why.
Because his ego was bruised for her. Because he took it a certain type of way. When he saw that she wasn't laughing and he was laughing, then he kind of just reverted back to, I never protected my mama. Let me go protect my baby right now. And he went over there and did some dumb shit. And he could feel it. He was feeling himself at the moment. You know, the motherfuckers be high as fuck when they at them award shows. They be giddy. And then that shit was an emotional response. The man done been through shit. And she been helping facilitate that bullshit. We covered that.
Well, she been winding him up for a long time.
Man. That monkey got a clap. That monkey got a goddamn clap, bro. And he clapped that night.
Like Toy Story said, you know, hey, you want to escape, you got to take out the monkey.
Hey, bro, that's why the fuck I lost a lot of respect for him that night. I lost a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I was disgusted, man, because that morning I got up and I was talking to my youngest son about King Richard, and I had my son watch that movie. I told him about my first rap tape that I ever bought was Parents Just Don't Understand. And to have that happen that same night, I was just astonished.
It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing.
I couldn't believe it.
And Jada ruined it for him. That was his
night.
Jada wasn't even a joke.
Jada didn't ruin that night for him. He ruined that night for himself.
He ruined it for himself.
But Jada did play a part in it. The build up, because you already know.
She wound them up for years. She's been winding them up.
You can't. It is what it is, though. What were you?
It's like Jay-Z said on 444. Jay-Z said on 444, they will never love you. You will never be enough, is what he said. That's Will Smith. He's never going to be enough for Jada. Never.
That's all men. Like, for no bullshit, if we get to the real grand scheme of things, that's all men. But that's all women, too. We're always going to want something else, something more in life.
But when you think about it, like, what more can Will Smith do? And I remember when he was on Table Talk.
He can want a lot of shit.
Not what he wants. What can he actually do?
Yeah, he can do a lot more shit.
I don't think he can do a lot more. I think he's done so much already, and it ain't good enough.
You think he capped out? Oh, you talking about for him to feel like he's done enough,
or for her to recognize? He
can't do it. He can't do it.
He can't do no more.
Yeah, he can't.
I mean, this man is the top in the one of the top actors in his game.
He's in the top 1% in America.
He's in the top 0.1%. I mean, he is
matter of fact, in
the
world, not even
in the world. He got $350 in the bank, bruh. He got a $50 million house. Like, this dude is that dude. He's everything that black women say they want. He's 6 feet, 6-pack, 6 figures, and she ain't happy.
7 figures.
7 figures, right? You know, he ain't multiple 7 figures. He got 8 figures.
That's the unicorn, man. That's the unicorn, and
he's that guy, and it's not enough for him.
Yeah, that's why I try to tell a lot.
It's not enough for her, rather.
Y'all out here
going back to the joke
unicorn. Now hold up, they out here searching for a unicorn. Nobody is gonna be everything you want.
And then when they find him, he ain't good enough either.
No. They never find the one that has everything, because it's ridiculous. The matrix of the women's, it's delusional. But when they find a guy that meets majority of the shit, he's not good enough. They out here searching for a goddamn unicorn, man.
And then they end up with the complete opposite. That's what's funny to me. But to me, huh?
All right, guys. Let me get
because she had another video pulled up.
Yeah. She was about to pull it up before you started speaking.
Let me finish off with the comments. Christopher said the brother came back to shoot the clerk. They thought the mom. They felt they didn't think. They felt that the mom was disrespected because that was done off of emotion. Now, was it worth it?
Well, we talking about Family Dollar or Dollar General or whatever?
No, he talking about the McDonald's. He talking about the McDonald's.
No.
Oh, you talking about McDonald's?
They say shot the clerk.
The McDonald's. Yeah, he thought that the mom was getting disrespected because the McDonald's employees were kiki and laughing at her. But at the end of the day, that does not warrant to take a soul. Jay, I was saying earlier in the show that we have equated life with a large cold fries.
No, we ain't equated that. We ain't equated that. That's just what people take life for less. People just don't.
It's hard to get less than a box of fries. Like, damn.
Yeah, they just don't. These young kids don't value life because they're emotional. And their mothers trained them. Their mothers trained them.
They were socially engineered.
The motherfuckers in the backyard, pit bulls up on the chain, and then they let them go out into the world.
Let them off that leash. Yeah, let them off that leash.
Be surprised when these motherfuckers do shit, but then they turn around and blame all black men for shit. I'm like, bitch, y'all.
Yeah, he didn't have his father in his life, and
like, why his father wasn't that in? That's a question that I keep asking. Why his daddy ain't there?
Because dad was never there.
Yeah, the shit that gets me is the way that it's portrayed. And I'm sorry, Grace, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let you ride.
No, I
was getting ready to say you shut the fuck up too.
Yeah, look, man, a lot of these we
guys,
don't
no,
have.
This is what we need.
No, I'm playing with him. You know I'm joking with him.
Of course.
Well, real shit. The conversation that we need to have.
Okay.
Because people always want to talk about why the dad isn't there. That's the conversation that most people want to have. We need to talk about why he is not there.
Right. He was never there.
No. We need to have a conversation. I'm talking about from, she getting pregnant and they having a conversation. She had a baby and they have a conversation. Or he just done dipped already.
What I'm saying is before all of that, this is hookup culture. So they were never in a relationship where dad left. Dad never left. He was never there. A lot of times they having babies with these men. They don't even know these guys' names. That's how bad it is.
I agree because I saw that. I saw one lady that said she had a 3-year-old and that was from a one-night stand. But I'm talking about the majority of these type pregnancies where they have a conversation. They talk. The guy doesn't want to have the kid, and she has a kid. But then
but that's what I'm saying. What I'm describing is the majority.
No, that's not the majority.
No, it is because these guys, they're fathering 100% of these babies. They don't have time to sit around and deal with one woman. They're house hopping multiple times a day and per week. There is no relationship.
No, this is this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying on that one. I'm disagreeing because I believe there are more guys that are in like trying to deal with like, hey, I know there's only a small majority of men that are dealing with these women, but I think these guys are with these women and they have a kid. They found out that she's pregnant and it's not working with what they're doing, and she's pushing hard for what she wants, and that makes those guys dip.
But there's no evidence to suggest that is what I'm saying.
But there's no evidence to suggest the opposite either.
Yeah, it is.
There's you got 51% of African American males single and childless.
Exactly.
Over 50. But I'm saying I'm picking from that small percentage. I'm talking about that percentage that we're talking about.
Right, really so we're talking about less than 10%.
No, it's really like 1 to 15.
No, it's less than 10%.
Okay, let's say less than 10%. I'm talking about that 10%. I'm not talking about the rest of everybody else.
Right, so that's what we're talking about. Those guys, that 10%,
those guys are populating
fathers 100% of the out of wedlock babies. They don't have time to sit with these girls and sit down and even have a relationship.
They ain't fucking like that. They ain't fucking like that.
They're just in and out, man. They just hopping in and out.
But at the end of the day, guys, who raised that young man that's just ho-hopping and going to
his mama? His mama did.
So at the end of the day, it always does fall on the woman, and I don't care what woman gets mad at me or talks shit to me. Hold on, let me put myself on camera. Hold on. Yeah. We're fucking up, and we're fucking up these kids.
Damn.
Okay, because at the end of the day, we have the last say if we can have that baby. We're the ones that have 34 forms of contraceptives. Yep. And we're the ones that should require marriage when we get pregnant.
Hey, at least require a man's name. Shit. Let's start there.
Women would rather be a single mother than a damn wife nowadays.
Yeah. Yep. And this is all in the last 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
This just happened. This ain't.
That was in 1986. And it's gotten worse.
Yep. This just started historically, we didn't operate this way. This is relatively new in the history of this country. Over the last 50 years, we've developed into this. And we gotta speak to it. Like they pointed out in the comments, there's no shame for it. And we've removed shame out of our culture as Americans, where everything is acceptable, everything is politically correct, and we gotta reverse that because it's not sustainable.
Yep. So let me go ahead and read Sir Philip's comment. He said, if Will was a traditional brother, he would have took Chris to the back during the commercial break and asked him to apologize to his woman because she felt some type of way. That would have been the gentleman, millionaire, African-American, international celebrity method that he should have handled that situation.
Let me give it another scenario. Here's what Will should have did. When he said, hey, G.I. Jane 2, coming to see it, Will Smith should have said, hey, Chris, let's get together and make that movie. And guess what? Everybody and their mama would have saw that movie. Yes, baby, come here.
Tyler Perry could have directed it.
Right. You know how big that movie could have been? Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm talking to Grace. Say hi, Grace.
Who's that?
Grace is my friend. She wanted to know who I was talking to. I got my headphones on.
Hi. And then Christopher came back and said, Family Dollar. The whole family went to jail in Flint. Good. That's where exactly they need to be.
Wow.
Okay?
It's crazy. But yeah, there wasn't a joke. I mean, if you saw G.I. Jane, the movie, what was the joke? Demi Moore was phenomenal in that movie.
Well,
she was a hell of a character.
And
she looked good. You know how good she looked? What was the joke? There was no joke. She looked good. And to me, that's why I took it. And then Will Smith just went off the rails. It wasn't a joke. It was a compliment to compare her to Demi Moore.
It was a lot of built up battery fluid that just overflowed.
Yeah, where was that build up for August?
Well, let me explain that to you. And this goes with Philip's comment. He said, we will never see Will the same way. His woman cheated on him and then smiled in front of his face. And he's competing with a ghost that his wife will not let rest in peace. Now, as far as August, they both agreed to take a break. And they both went and did their thing. Will Smith is not.
I disagree. I disagree.
The only thing that Jada did that wasn't ladylike is throw it in his face. You don't.
No. See, Jada was already cheating on him. And Will was trying to clean it up. And he's the one that said, oh, I was aware of that and all of this nonsense. But the first comment, when that situation first jumped off, he didn't even know what was going on when they questioned him about it. And then later on, he came back and tried to clean it up like, oh, we have an open marriage and all of this other nonsense. That was the cleanup. But on his initial reaction is he didn't know. But Jada's been cheating on him for years in his house. She cheated with Wesley Snipes. She did it with Mark Anthony and God knows who else. She's been doing it. And it was another one of their son's friends. It wasn't just August. It was another guy who's been quiet. She has a problem. And Will Smith tries to clean up her problems to keep the family name looking a certain way. But even recently, I think it was Barbara Walters who was interviewing Will Smith, and she used the word infidelity, and he snapped on Barbara Walters like, oh, no, it wasn't infidelity because I was aware of it. No, that words mean something. Infidelity doesn't work that way. It's just because you knew about it doesn't mean it wasn't infidelity. That's not how the word works. But he's always trying to clean up her shit all the time.
I mean, I don't put it past her, and it's sad because she's in love with a ghost. Like Philip said, he's competing with a ghost that his wife will never let rest in peace. Why? And
he can never win.
Letter to Tupac.
Yeah, her daughter who never met Tupac. Are we serious? I wish you were alive so me and mommy could be happy. Are you shitting me?
Wow.
Will Smith isn't no deadbeat dad.
That was fucked up.
Yeah. And then every year you see new pictures popping up. I'm like, God damn, how many pictures? Like, we haven't seen them all yet. Every time I turn around, there's a new picture of Jada and Pac. Where the hell is she keeping them at?
Right.
Where is
So,
she keeping him?
Sir Phillips said at JVJ, Will is an 8-figure brother. There is nothing he can do to make that woman happy. Remember, he
9
said
figures.
her and told her to do what she wants to do to make herself happy. I'm done.
The only thing Will can do to save himself is to divorce her. As long as he stays married to him, she's going to drag him down.
And
He's got to get rid of her.
Punishment that he got, I thought it was kind of harsh compared to the other ones that got into trouble with some, sexual activity and whatever, and they weren't banned and this and that.
He should have got more than that. He should have got more.
Philip asked the question.
Hold on, let me see.
Nah, I think the one that he had at me, I was trying to figure out. I ain't read it. I think it was the one y'all was just on.
The dark-skinned brother from Crisscross. We started hearing about that transgression.
Talking about that one.
I read that.
Yeah, I was trying to see what he was talking about. I saw my name in it, so I was trying to read it. Read it one more time.
At JBJ, Will is an 8-figure brother. There is nothing he can do to make that woman happy. Remember, he said he left her, and he told her to go do what you want to do to make yourself happy. I'm done.
Yeah, well, saying that after the fact is kind of pointless. She was already doing that. You know what I mean? Go cheat on me. Hey, I did that already, bro. Like, you're late,
And then Sir Philip said again, don't forget the dark-skinned brother from Crisscross. We started hearing about that transgression about 3 years ago.
She got so much stuff, man. She's been so busy, because she ain't working. I mean, she ain't doing nothing.
Do you think she
on
does it
demon
for
time?
attention?
Yeah, right.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's all about attention.
Yeah, she craves it. It's like
women, all women crave it.
Most women do, but hers is on steroids, man.
Yeah, she on some devilish shit. Like she want all.
She's the devil the Bible speaks of, like I told y'all the other night.
And time is always Time is always the one that brings it out. Time will bring it out more than at their finest and their most attractiveness. Yep. They'll do what they do, but when time starts creeping in and they don't have the same options, that's when you start seeing them snatch more and more.
And she competes with him for the attention. So anytime he's got a movie out and he's getting a lot of like celebrity acclaim and stuff like that, that's when she's at her worst. All the time.
That's
she
crazy.
Always
that's
does
when you're
that.
supposed to be there, standing next to your man, proud, having him enjoy the limelight for all his hard works and enjoy the fruits of his labor.
It's got to be about her. She can't do it. She's got to be the star, even though.
Did y'all play the second video yet?
No, we was talking to you.
Oh,
okay.
Shit,
Let me get to this video.
Up, girl.
Okay. Now, this video is, again, to show you guys a man was killed while defending a woman that he didn't even know. Hold on. Let me roll the tape.
Full screen that thing first, though.
I got it, balls.
Always happy and always there to help in times of trouble. You could see the reality of the loss setting in. His sister and his wife visibly distraught. The afternoon of Black Friday shopping at a Northwest Side Walmart broke into violence when police say a 21-year-old man came out assaulting a woman in an apparent domestic dispute. Zarate telling the suspect to, quote, get his hands off her. The suspect shot him and 2 bystanders, but killing the father of 4.
Damn.
Those boys, ranging from teens to early 20s, understand what their dad gave and are proud, says the family. Still, the holidays will be tough to get through.
Just sticking together and bonding and, just, I don't know how to say it, like, just calling each other and, spending time, especially now for the holidays. You're just getting together in one big house and, just laughing and having a good time and remembering him. And I know he's going to be there. He's going to be there in spirit with all of us.
The family says they want to thank the community for the $45,000 raised for funeral expenses. They say they would have had nothing otherwise. As for why they've been so open to the media, his cousin says he had the courage to stand up and speak for a woman. And that's how they want the world to remember him by. Reporting on the West Side, Josh Gurnick, KSAT 12 News.
Hey, y'all talk it out real quick. I'll be right back.
Actually, I'm about to tap out, man. So I just wanted to show a little bit support to Grace, but I got to go ahead and deal with these my grandbaby. So if y'all are gonna be on for a while, I may come back, but I'm gonna dip out for right now. Grace, you muted.
Oh.
Yeah, you were muted.
I just wanted to thank you for coming up and supporting me and giving me all your good gems that you always have to say, and I really value and respect it. And yeah, this channel needs you because you speak the truth, and women need to hear things like that. So thank you again. Go take care of your grandbaby and your son, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, like I said, I may try to jump back on in a little bit if y'all still on. So I'll be lingering around. So go ahead and do your thing. Fly this plane, girl.
All right. Thank you. Have a
Later.
good night. Okay, guys. So it's okay. It doesn't always have to be a full panel. Doesn't always have to be anybody because oh, here we go. It doesn't always have to be a full panel. Alexis from Texas.
Hey.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
All right. How you?
I'm good. So what do you have to say, hon? What's your take on it?
I mean, my bad, because I got this thing in the background. Have the YouTube on in the background. Man, I saw that clip today, and I was like, that can't be true. Like, I thought you know how people be putting stuff out there, especially since that thing went on with the bodega owner and all that stuff. So it's hard to know what is true or people just putting stuff out there. But that's crazy. Like, especially when you could have went right in there. These fries is cold. They would have get like, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been all that. But the first thing we think about is, man, let me tell you something. My mom was the best at getting us a full meal. Let that thing be. Let something be off. We eating for free.
Like we don't do that mistake anymore. Oh, I see her. Oh, make sure y'all take care of her every time she comes in here. I'm about to lose $20, $30 worth of food. Get it right the first time.
The first time. But that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it's sad, and don't be trying to let the card come out as if I'm just that manipulative type of person, which I'm not. But it's like, man, if you're gonna play the game, play the game. Like,
for some prize.
Yes, man, you call that number on the back of the receipt. Like, you know, they be ready to, especially with social media and all this, like they do things differently. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the social media age. That
the reviews, the yells.
Yeah, you know, to where it's like, man, you could have it could have been handled a whole lot different, and you may have benefited a different way, you know, but and let's keep it real, McDonald's ain't really good for you. Like
that part.
Oh my goodness.
And the thing is, you know what's funny? McDonald's has been getting so much publicity this year for free.
Yeah.
The baby mama drama, this now, because bad publicity at the end of the day is still publicity.
Mm-hmm. And the way the world is, bad publicity is good publicity. Yeah. Like that's just the world we live in. People want to hear this type of stuff, and that's what I'm saying. In that moment, I had to stop and be like, "Nah, let me check. This cannot be real." Like, I know a life is not just gone over this. Like, and this type of stuff not only it's so puts you in a point to where you're really looking at people differently.
Yep.
You're really looking at people
safe. Like, I find myself just going to Walmart, going to the grocery store, being more alert, looking more around, making sure my keys are already in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Doing things differently. And it's not just sometimes, it's most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy that And then what makes it worse is we're out here unprotected and we're killing off the little men that we do have that can protect us over foolishness. I don't know if you saw the video from the football game.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
She got her husband an ass whooping for what?
But you know, not to throw it off, you know, and try to make an excuse, but an excuse. I mean, the way she looked, they were they drinking or?
I mean, it's a football game, you know.
Yeah, so
always involved. It's always involved, but it just doesn't. It just wasn't worth that. You know, now your husband got his ass whooped. You then probably got banned from the stadium. He's probably going to press charges now. I mean, was it worth it? Was it worth it, Karen? You know? Now, let that have been a black man that hit a white woman. Because, you know, remember what Karen said to Terrell Owens. You're a black man approaching a white woman. Did you see that?
Yes, I did see that. And you know what's crazy though? The fact that in a way Terrell Owens felt like he was probably immune from it.
Of course he was. That's why he put it on video. He's like, I've heard about things like this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us, when we make it to the top and got money, they forget. Like I told my son, you are handsome and I love you, but as soon as you walk out that door, you ain't nothing but a, you know what? At the end of the day, you know, you could be just when Michael Jordan played basketball and he got dressed and got in his Ferrari or whatever he was driving and he was on the highway, at the end of the day, was still a you know what to them.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. LeBron James, all of them. It's for the pigmentation of your skin. I mean, if you break it down so basic, are you that threatened?
Yeah, I mean, there's history on it as far as how they felt about black people, and I mean, there's a whole history on it. But it's just like what grinds my gears as far as especially people in law enforcement, like they feel so threatened. It's like, why did you become a police officer? To be only in white neighborhoods? And what
they became a police officer to some, not all, to hide behind a badge and have control of the situation.
But it's not like they not killing. I mean, statistically, like the way people of non-color kill versus people of color kill, I mean, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, as far as calculation, like they would legit go out of their neighborhood. In the sense of the dude that shot the grocery store in Buffalo, like I know in the vicinity that he was in, the nearest area of people of color maybe 20 minutes away from him, but he drove those out of Buffalo. Like they're calculated in this planning of killing to where it's like
he made it a point. You know how sad it was? My son works at a grocery store. He was like, Mom, I would have died that day just because I'm black. You might have got away with it. You know, he might have been too busy trying to figure out who you are. But you know, he liked to make jokes and stuff. I said, Mom, I would have got shot just because I'm black. And I'm like, yes, baby. Because he actually ran into a white couple and said, oh, I'm sorry. Then went to the next aisle and saw a black person and shot them. So it was racially motivated.
Oh yeah. I remember him saying that, and he had wrote stuff on his gun and all that stuff. That's just crazy. But I mean, did that fraud thing? Because I saw it, but did it just happen today?
No, it happened about 3 days ago, and he ended up passing away. He died because he got shot. He got shot in the neck and it hit the aorta, and he didn't make it.
The mother, have they interviewed her or gotten any?
No. I know they're going to charged the girl with something because she handed the gun to the boy. Yeah, so that's the whole point, Alexis, that us women, not all of us, because we're not all bad. You know, I don't want to use generalizations because there's a lot of podcasters out here that use too many generalizations. You know, there's a lot of good ones out here. Just like you got to take accountability for the fuck men that we choose, men got to take accountability for the fuck women that they choose. Okay?
That's good.
It does go both ways. But she already knows her son has a screw loose, a loose screw. Okay? He was on the phone with him already, FaceTiming. She told him, don't come. I don't want you to get in trouble. So she already knew he was going to get amped up. So if you know that your son is like that, why are you FaceTiming with him and allowing him to hear what's going on? Okay? So then he came up there with the girlfriend, and the girlfriend handed him the gun. They spoke 2 words back and forth and shot him. And now he has passed away over some damn cold fries. Right, Jay?
What do you want me to say right for? You just told the story.
Just want to make sure I acknowledge you.
Oh, yes, you missed it last time. What y'all talking about?
What? No, we were just recapping everything and we just still in disbelief that a soul was lost over an order of cold fries.
And yeah, 1 soul and 3 lives ruined.
But I'm not just looking at the trees with this situation. I'm looking at the whole forest. How us women tend to manipulate men and put batteries in their back to do foolishness. Like the lady in the football game got her husband ass whooped. You know, that man helping protect a woman that was going through a domestic dispute got shot and killed and now left his 4 children behind. And her punk ass probably knew that man was like that. You're allowing this to happen. You're bringing it to the public, and now somebody has lost his life. You know? It's like, wow. So just to reiterate that, I got 1 more video because, you know, How
many videos you had?
4, and they're tiny. But the thing is, sometimes when you
damn,
I can talk here.
Do your thing, Grace. Do your thing.
I can talk here until I'm blue in the face, but sometimes when you see it, you're like, damn. So give me a minute. Let me share my video. Give me just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, share screen. Here we go. Do that. That's my last one. Yes, put it in the full screen. I know.
You said something to me. I ain't hear it.
But I'm making pretend you're here because you would be talking just like that.
Breaking news now in Southwest Houston. A gunman is on the run after shooting and killing a man during a robbery. This happened at an apartment complex on Brookglade Circle. Investigators say the suspect tried to steal a woman's purse. The victim and the suspect then started fighting and shots were fired. The suspect took off in a dark-colored sedan.
Okay, so maybe the woman didn't manipulate the situation, but just the fact that men are willing to jump in there and protect us, and we're losing our men. We're losing. Like I tell a lot of my lady friends, why would you go to an ATM at 1, 2 in the morning? Why would you put, you know, we're all going to die. We are. But why would you bring the Grim Reaper to you? Why would you put in situations where you are going to die today instead of maybe in 5 years? I don't go to ATM machines at 1, 2 in the morning. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it.
I ain't got it.
If me and Alexis go to the club, Alexis, you coming home. We're leaving together.
Uh-huh.
Now, if Dude want to buy us breakfast and we all hanging out together, but I'm making sure we all leaving. Now, you want to come get me for my drop off, but we all coming home together. It's like we have to help protect each other. And then, what was that, Jay?
Nah, I was just seeing what y'all was talking about.
Oh, so I'm just saying that sometimes we put ourselves in situation unnecessarily. We put our men in situations unnecessarily and in harm's way. And at the end of the day, we're all losing. We're giving them a one-way ticket to jail.
Yeah, let me take that comment off screen. There you go.
It said, what they used to say, God will never put you in a position that you can't get out of, but you could put yourself in a position that you can't get out of. And
or you could put another person in a position that they can't get out of.
Definitely. I mean, and I think to some extent, and I don't know if that was the guy's thing that was in the video, but also that's where sometimes I think like the toxic masculinity come in to where it's like, you know,
Stop the cap.
To where it's like they feel like, or it may be on the same side as women manipulating them, but where as a man, it's like I have to go do something. I have to show my masculinity. You know, and that can be toxic. I feel like the same way
smoke weed every day.
Femininity is. As far as if you want to put it on during certain times, I feel like masculinity can be like that, and you have to pick and choose. Like,
keep going, Alexi.
So yeah, you know I ain't worried about Jay at all.
Stop the cap.
You can pick and choose. Like, I think you're still masculine going in there, confronting the situation. Hey, you know, can we get a new batch? You know, that's still showing that manly of you being able to go in there and confront the situation and get something done. But as far as trying to hurt somebody, you know, like I seen it, and I ain't even gonna lie, I seen it before. Like previous female friends, like, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, you know, calling a man, you know, bitch and all that other stuff because he doesn't do it in the way in which they feel it should be done. Yeah,
and,
you know.
And some women don't even realize that even with the clothes that they wear with their men brings them in harm's way, and they don't think. You half naked out here showing all your goods, then you got other men looking at you. And then your man's gonna feel disrespected, and you're gonna put him in a situation that could have been avoided.
Yeah,
you're with your man. Why are you trying to show so much skin?
Right, you shouldn't be advertising no more. You shouldn't be.
Exactly. And then I got here. Sir Philip said it's called defending your woman's honor, which now gets a man killed. Well, you know what? It's not worth it. And your life is not worth a batch of cold fries.
But that's what I'm saying. You could defend it and still defend it. Like, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, you don't have to be a tough guy and cussing and doing all that extra stuff. But I think that's what I'm saying. That's that toxicness of thinking like, oh, masculinity looks like this. You know, masculinity gets you in jail. Masculinity, like, man, nah, that's who said.
And then I hate to bring race into it, but black man can't handle certain situations like a white man can. So that's why they have to take extra precautionary steps. And us women have to understand that for any little thing, they go to jail. Whereas a white man can kick and scream. He could kill somebody and they'll offer him a bottle of water and arrest him calmly.
Take him to Burger King.
Yeah. Where one was killed over an alleged counterfeit $20 bill and held down for 9 minutes and 12 seconds. So, you know, unfortunately, it's the world that we live in. But some of us have to act differently. We can't move the same way others move. You know, and I hate to make it a race thing, but unfortunately, it is a race thing. You know, a white person would have called corporate, would have got $30 worth of free food, would have got the manager, that person fired, and would have just handled it differently.
Definitely.
And like Jay said, now three people's lives are ruined. The son, the employee is dead. The son is going to jail for life. The girlfriend's getting charged, and now the mother lost a son. That's 4 people. And if the son has children, now she's got to take care of the kids.
Well, both of them. Because
yeah.
it was a guy, if you don't, so it's affected. We don't even know about his family that's being affected by it.
Yeah.
And that's sad, man. And that's what I'm saying. We're at a point in the world to where it's like, man,
fries.
Yeah, but not only that, people are getting immune to it. They're getting immune.
When I was talking about the Karen show, he says he sees it all the time. He's just numb to it now.
Yeah.
You have no feeling anymore. And then Sir Philip said, these women today don't know what masculinity looks like, but they swear it's toxic and when a man shows it. A man can be so masculine moving quietly.
Yes.
Whispering to the manager at McDonald's and be like, hey, my baby fries was cold. She's tripping over here. I'm going to need you to handle that.
Right.
I'll be like, baby, you got me a guava pie.
That's what I'm saying, look, get the whole meal. Look, your next meal is on me. You know what? What they do, they be like, let me get your name. I'm take down your name. Next time you come, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It really is. Jay, do you have anything to add? Anything to say? Are you there?
You need to give up. What? Hold on.
I guess Jay's not there.
Fine.
But, so I have one more version of what manipulation is, a definition, and it says here, psychological manipulation which occurs when a person is exploiting a victim to serve their own agenda.
Okay.
When a person manipulates another person, they're doing it for their own benefit. They're doing it so they can gain something.
Definitely.
Now that brings me to, and it's funny because I wasn't gonna write all of this down, but I did send it to myself, and it says here 13 signs that someone might be manipulating you. So we're just gonna touch on them. Number one, they guilt trip you. Yep, and Kevin talked a lot about that, making you feel guilty for things when it had nothing to do with you. Because manipulation is all about being powerful, and they'll do anything to keep you feeling confused and weak. Then the second one is they ignore your input. So not only are they making you feel guilty, but they ignore anything that you have to say. In order to get their way, a manipulative person may sneakily and conveniently assume you agree with everything they say. Yeah, And then number 3, they don't give you time to make decisions. And the best example I could give you is those time sharing presentations and the car salesman trying to, oh, it's a great deal. You're not going to get this deal tomorrow. No, you ain't going to make me sign some paperwork that I'm not feeling comfortable. Let me go home and sleep on it. They don't like that. I've learned to do that. I've learned not to make decisions off of impulse. You know, I got to sleep on it. It says here, so number 4, they don't help resolve problems. Why would they? Remember, their agenda is all about them. Everything is about them. They undermine your self-confidence. This form of manipulation is classic because no one is more malleable than someone with zero confidence. So, of course, a person that's low self-esteem, low self-confidence is going to be easy to manipulate. You got to be able to see the signs. And again, that is where therapy comes in. That is where unpacking that heavy ass suitcase that you've been dragging along, and you unpack that shit and make it a overnight bag versus a check-in bag. You know what I mean? Because we all got luggage. We all got bullshit. It's all what the next person is willing to deal with you. But you don't want to hand them, a 50-pound suitcase. Hand them an overnight bag. Okay, I could deal with this. It ain't so bad. So then here, the sixth one say they force you out of your comfort zone. In a negative way. Because pushing somebody, you and me together, and I'm pushing you at the gym and say, come on, let's do this. That's a good thing. That's not manipulating you. But when you're forcing somebody out of their comfort zone in a negative way, manipulators want to retain the upper hand. Doing so is always easier if they can get you somewhere uncomfortable, aka out of your comfort zone, either physically, emotionally, or financially. Now, you ain't got $2,000 or that type of money to do a timeshare, but you're being pressured into it. They're making it sound so good. Yeah, I'm going to go to timeshare presentation, enjoy my 2 days in Orlando, enjoy the pool and hang out. But at the end of the day, I know I ain't buying nothing. Nothing. Okay, when I went with my ex, me and him played bad husband, good wife. I was like, well, babe, why don't we do this? And he was like, no, but we already, it was the plan. 7, they butter you up with small requests. Manipulators often ask for reasonable favors, only to follow up soon after with their real requests. And the only thing I can think of with that is, can I borrow $20? And then that brings back to $20. Then the next time, can I borrow $80? They pay back $80. They even try you one more time. Can I borrow $150? They pay you back. So now they have made it to the point where they have made you comfortable also. They good for it. Every time I lent them money, they pay me back. But the real one was, can I borrow $1,500? And then that's the one they ain't going to pay you on. Because at the end of the day, that was the ultimate goal. Is to get that big sum. Number 8, they offer the silent treatment. If you've ever been given the silent treatment, you know how manipulative it can be. There is value in taking breaks from tense, difficult conversation. Someone who is not trying to punish or manipulate you can tell they want to finish the conversation, but they are too upset to engage rationally right now. And that's what I have learned to do, because I know when I'm upset with somebody, I just see this. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear your voice. I know that just like, hey, Melanated, I just saw it. How are you, honey? Thank you for coming to the live and supporting Embrace the Grace and JVJ Network. I know this about myself. So what I was saying before, if I value you, I'm going to let you know, good night. We'll talk tomorrow. I need to be, let's take a 24-hour cooling period time and come back at this, because I don't want to say things that I may regret, because words matter. Okay? Let me, did I lose my spot? Hold on. I wasn't going to write all this down. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and read it off. That was too much to write. The silent treatment. Number 9, they pretend to be concerned. They really don't care. This one can be especially alarming because it involves fake feelings. The manipulator would display some fake concern for your well-being, all in an effort to undermine your decisions and confidence. Wow. It takes a lot of energy and time and effort to manipulate versus just being real with a person. Damn. Number 10, they intentionally disregard you, which they may not act as they don't understand your request, thus letting themselves off the hook. Yeah, okay. Number 11, they behave passive aggressively. That's a classic right there. But again, you won't be able to recognize this if you haven't done the work or have read about it or have gone to counseling yourself, because you're being manipulated. If you're being manipulated, how do you know you're being manipulated? You don't know because you haven't been taught how to see the red flags, or hey, you can't be so naive. Why are you so naive? Why are you so gullible that you believe anything? Is it within you? And trust me, I've gone through all of this. They withhold things from you. They keep you on a need to know basis. They want to know everything about you, but they keep you on a need to know basis. Nah, player from the Himalaya. And then lastly but not least, they wear you down. Manipulator will keep asking and pestering until you're so annoyed and want the behavior to stop that you finally cave in. No, I just say good night. I don't go back and forth. I'll talk to you tomorrow. If it's a person that I don't give a shit about, I'll curse them out. But if I care about them and I value their friendship of the relationship, I said, look, let's just talk tomorrow. And if they can't respect that, hey, Philip. Philip said, good night, ladies. Sir Philip, thank you so much for coming by. Me, you know me. I don't go over. My most is 2 hours. The most is 2.5 hours. So I'm already getting at that mark. So you good. You good. And thank you for coming by. Melanated, I know you came in kind of at the tail end of things. Do you understand what we're talking about right now or not? The main topic of this is the fact that women are out here manipulating men to do foolishness. Just like this man killed a McDonald's employee because mommy's fries was cold. What do you have to say about that, Melanated? Anything?
Yes. She probably typed. She typed me. Man, this is we got to do better at the end of the day, all around, because that's crazy. There's no reason why that should have gotten there. There's no reason, and even unless, and I don't want to even say unless, but
was his mother's life in imminent danger?
Well, even if the clerk was cussing him out and going, but even that, there's no reason why it should have got to that extent to where somebody lost their life. And that goes.
It gives them more reason to talk more about. Look at them.
Yep.
Killing.
Yep.
You know. Hi, Han. How are you? Welcome to the panel.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Good. So what I was really trying to get out here tonight is the fact that we need, as women as a whole, to stop manipulating men and doing foolishness. We're losing too many of our men over a fry. Melanated? You killed a McDonald's employee because your mommy's fries was cold? You serious? And the girlfriend handed him the gun. Yep.
Yeah, I heard about that situation that happened. The guy, he was like in critical condition, but I just found out yesterday that he actually passed. So that's just it's horrible to hear that something like that happened. And honestly, the first thing I thought was like, how irresponsible as a mother. Like, how could you get your son into some situation like that, and then the girlfriend passes the gun. It's just, I mean, wow, this is horrible. Um, I feel like as a mom, your job is to protect your kid, not to get them into any situation. So, like, even inviting him into that disagreement with the other guy, you never know what people are going to do. So it's just crazy.
I do appreciate you coming in. I love the fact that I got ladies on my show. It's always usually men, because yes, I know that I am an advocate for men, but at the end of the day, I'm still a woman. And there are things that we can definitely learn from each other to become better versions of ourselves. And it all starts with us. Like I always tell other women, if you want men to respect us, we must respect each other first. Because they look at us and be like, look at them. They cat fighting over there. They doing this. And how are they going to respect us if we don't respect each other? So you guys know that I am not the type to go 2, 3, 4, 5 hours with this, because I don't want to kill a dead horse, but I'm at my 2-hour mark and I stick to my thing unless I got 10 people on the panel, because one show went for 4 hours, but it really went more on the back end. I was like, oh my God, no. But I do want to say thank y'all for coming out. I really do appreciate the support. I love to see new people. I'm working on it. I'm growing slowly but surely. So come check the JVJ network out. I'm gonna put the schedule out before I head out. And then you guys also can follow me, Embrace the Grace, where I'm always bringing up different topics and talking about different things and things that people just don't want to talk about, but I do. So, Alexis, you have any last words to close out?
Nah, I'm good. I enjoyed the show.
Thank you for coming. I really, really appreciate it, and thank you for coming on the panel. That matters too. And Melanated, do you have anything to add?
No, I came in kind of late, but
that's okay. But you came in.
I appreciate the topic though, because I've been seeing this on the news here and there and on other platforms. So I appreciate you addressing that. Yes, very important.
Late, but we still gonna wrap a plate up for you.
Yeah.
The ones that come late, they're like, "Y'all got my plate?" No, we ain't got your plate. So let me go ahead and do my little outro. This is So I'm gonna do it like Jay does. We're gonna do the 1, the 2, and peace. Let me do this so you guys can see the schedule. Hold on 1 second. The outro. There we go.
You know who made